the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Minnesota Vikings. The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And now off to the races down the right side. Now he's loose at the 40. Fournette loses it. It's out. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. First play and a first pass for Cousins. A hit as he throws there, incomplete. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They come into this one ranked number 5 in the NFL against the run.
Most of their challenges have come in the passing game because against the run, they've been pretty darn good. Now you got to figure out a way to slow down those receivers before they get downfield and maybe make a few more plays on the ball when it's in the air.
Now a second down throw for Cousins. Into the hands of the rookie Jordan Addison. Finding room at midfield. And finally brought down at the 43. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And every time you step on the field, coaches are always going to talk about how important tackling is in a ball game. In this one, especially so. You can't allow these guys to break free and get extra yards after contact. But that's exactly what happens here. That can't continue as this game goes on.
The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. Here's Cousins. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Chiefs are going to take possession of the football as they force the turnover on the opening drive. Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. Now a 7th-round surprise from a year ago. It's Isaiah Pacheco. Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5. That one's on the former Patriot, Joe Thuney. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And his throw is incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on 1st down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target, but it'll be 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mahomes now to throw. Man open, it's Tony. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. 3rd and 19, no problem, as they're able to convert. And the big play pushes them all the way out to the 40 now for 1st down. Now here's Mahomes. He'll drop this off to Pacheco. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that's going to bring up second down. And forget about the run to set up the pass. They're just coming out throwing.
Forget trying to set anything up. They feel like they have the advantage. They feel like they have the matchups, and they're just attacking right now.
Yep, going to the air on the opening drive.
From the 46, here's 2nd and 3.
Mahomes going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith.
And the Vikings are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield.
They're trying to resurrect his confidence. Last week was a disaster. 5 interceptions in that loss, and another pick there.
I played with a quarterback like this before, and he had a tough game, and the head coach said, I'll take him, I'll fix him. The very next game, he started out the exact same way. And the head coach turned to the offense coordinator and said, he's yours from now on. Someone has to take responsibility and work with him and try and get him settled.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Cousins. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. He will go out right near the 35-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. Well, starting drive number 2 off on the right foot. Completion for the first down. Drive 1 is they had to be pretty frustrating because they moved the football. They just didn't get any points out.
But warm-up QB2, let's bring in the backup. I mean, my goodness, you take him downfield and you don't score points. You know I'm being totally facetious here, right? I'm just kidding. Nice first drive. Rarely do teams score on every single drive in a game, but they like what they did there. They just hope they can pay it off this time with some points.
A second down throw for Cousins.
Over the middle and held in by Osborne.
And he'll be brought down with a first down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 12-yard line. Cousins again. Steps away to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down.
Willie Gay getting in there and picking up the sack.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go.
Complete. Jefferson the target.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on first down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now Cousins.
He has his target. It's Addison.
And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. It's a 7-yard gain and good enough to move the chains.
1st and goal at the 1. Fournette is in. Touchdown, Minnesota.
Sometimes offense can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes the score 7-0. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots.
So the line is of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10.
They run with the second-year man, Isaiah Pacheco.
And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Here's Mahomes to throw. Short throw hauled in by Kelsey.
He's got room at the 30. Down the right sideline.
And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Travis Kelsey with career touchdown number 75.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from drawing level. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and they'll take over at the 25. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Good drive last time. Really effective passing the football. Do you maybe mix it up, now go to the ground game and surprise the defense a little bit?
I would anticipate the defense making some changes, but I wouldn't necessarily just absolutely go in the opposite direction. They're doing so well throwing the ball.
Yeah, why
I wouldn't change it up until they showed me a reason to do so.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 46. Now a throw here to his running back. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
The Vikings had a disappointing 0-4 for the first month of the year. It's been really a lost first month of the season, that's for sure.
And they still believe they have potential. They still believe they're a good team. But they have to absolutely start showing it right now. 0-4? That doesn't even sound right to them. But let's face it, you are what your record says you are until you break out of it.
And he stopped immediately there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
3rd and short yardage. Cousins. And he's got his tight end Oliver. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 22-yard line. First down. Here's Cousins. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. A quick throw, but incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins.
And that will be incomplete. Oh, he left that one in a bad spot, but fortunately it's just an incompletion and not picked to bring up 4th down.
I think it's safe to say that he's made some questionable decisions out there so far. Forced some throws into tight coverage. He's already been picked off in this game. 4th down now, but he was fortunate on that one not to have another turnover on his ledger.
Out there is Rodrigo Blankenship in the field goal unit.
From the left hash, this from 39. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good, and this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2.
Wow, that qualifies as a bad miss because anything inside of 40 should be automatic. That's a big mistake right there.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Throwing now is Mahomes.
That'll be caught. It's Tony. Room to maneuver at the 35.
And down to the 29-yard line. That's a gain of nearly 40 yards on 3rd and medium to pick up the first.
Well, as my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
A good pickup there, 21 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago, followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
On the ground, this is the former Viking, Jerick McKinnon. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A good run of 6 yards there. Gets him closer to the goal line with second down coming up.
It's largely been the air attack that's gotten them down here, but now's where you start to lean on that running game. That's a good pickup there on 1st and goal.
Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal. They get this out left. And that is caught for the touchdown. Kansas City. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chiefs have taken the lead. Extra point by Butker is on target. And that makes the score 14-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On second down, Cousins again. All of his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Inside the 20. Well, look, we're watching a quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco.
And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. The speed of Jordan Hicks on display there as he gets the tackle for loss.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Well, Charles, sometimes we talk about the lengths officials sometimes go to protect star quarterbacks, but that was tough to argue against.
Yeah, and I'm sure that everyone's going to say, hey, we're going to administer the penalty the same way for all quarterbacks. But when it's a star back there, even more so are they going to be.
And he's going to take it into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 2nd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and it's now 21-7. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
To throw, Cousins. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now, just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. So on 4th down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. Waiting on it will be Richie James. He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Returnable here from the 38. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And with decent starting field position, there may be only a couple completions away from field goal range. They go play action. Now Mahomes. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney in the final seconds of the first half. And the Chiefs will extend their lead here just before halftime. Butker on for the PAT. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. So not much time to work with here. 9 seconds remain in the half as this one is away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25.
Bring it on, boys. Bring it home. We got this.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, and not much time, we'll see how they play this. Cousins, and the throw here caught by Addison. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we'll head down to Orlando.
Final adjustments being made in the locker rooms. We're just about ready for the second half from Minneapolis. And for the call, let's rejoin Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Ready for the start of the third quarter. The Chiefs have the lead and set to receive the football. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
From the 32 now, here's first and 10. Again, it's Pacheco. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Marcus Davenport there to take him down. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play. That's a good-looking play to me. The big tight end on a crossing route coming underneath. Sometimes he can gain some serious momentum going forward, can he?
Yeah, he can indeed, and pretty well executed there. Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect. Here's the Chiefs punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the third. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Cousins now to throw on first down. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Chris Jones forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards.
Defenders are always happy anytime they can sack a quarterback for a loss of 10 or more yards. There's an example there. High fives all around.
He's going to wind up and air it out. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, when the running game's not working, sometimes you just got to take a few more chances down the field. That's a good effort, but it winds up incomplete.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Cousins. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down right at the 25. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down.
Really? This kid
They'll indeed go for it. It's Cousins. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Pacheco gets it up the gut.
And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved. Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And he will take it on in for a Chiefs touchdown.
Isaiah Pacheco with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Chiefs are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roll. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
There you go. In it to win it. Woo!
Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the 3rd interception thrown by Cousins. Trent McDuffie with a pick inside the 20.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Running left to give to Pacheco. And he's taken down at the 7th after a gain of 7.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. 2nd down and 3, ball on the 7. Here's Pacheco once again. That play gets him 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They'll run here with Pacheco. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. They run it with Pacheco from the gun. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Call it a gain of a yard as they get a little bit closer here. It's 3rd and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a 3rd time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Here's Pacheco. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Isaiah Pacheco. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Chiefs get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Butker now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Here's the Chiefs kickoff unit now as they'll send this one away. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but a nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Maybe a little frustration starting to creep in. The offensive line hasn't done a great job of protecting him in this game, and there he was, hit again as he threw it.
Yeah, another time on his backside, probably starting to get a little frustrated.
Got to keep his composure. Can't let the defense know that they're getting to him. Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on third.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together, as that brings up another fourth down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on fourth. They'll try and throw for it here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, it certainly feels like this defensive group has figured this guy out to the tune of a big lead in this one. And you know that he's frustrated with how this game has gone. And now with back-to-back interceptions, he's got to find a way to get out of his own head and start making better plays.
To about the 40-yard line.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defense in front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Chiefs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 56 yards for him on the ground now, and 3 touchdowns to go along with it.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Out to the right, here's McKinnon. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that kind of hit will certainly fire up your team both on the field and on the sideline. Tackles for lost yardage, they're always welcome.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Mahomes now to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Pacheco.
And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here.
Partner, I like the play call coming right after a tackle for a loss, because this is an obvious passing situation, but instead they fooled them a little bit with the screen, and they wound up getting back what they lost, and then a little bit more.
And he will have the first down, but he winds up taking a pretty good shot that time. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. On 1st down now, run with McKinnon. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Making the stop there, Danielle Hunter.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description, because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
2nd down, McKinnon. And he'll go down right on the edge edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
4th down now after a loss of 2.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
And on 4th down, they come up and take the knee. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed, it's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences, the winning coach, you know what he's going to say, why he did it? We need the points, okay? Because you never know at the end of the year if points are going to come into the tiebreaker if we're trying to get into the playoffs. That's always the standard justification.
Give them 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give them a 1st down. Cousins now. And his throw here's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they've forced in this runaway contest.
Now this one complete on the slant route. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot.
And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. That was Nick Bolton rushing in and burying him behind the line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. And here's Ryan Wright now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
Now a first carry for their fullback, and he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there.
The end result was brute force on brute force, but think about everything that's going on if you're playing defensive tackle. You're dealing with at least one blocker across from you, trying to deal with him, shed him, and maybe even a second one before you have to try and make the tackle on the big guy.
And he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Yeah, that's a 48-yard punt with the coverage holding him to 3 on the return. And control of the football switching hands here with very little time remaining in this contest. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Well, I think that the folks here had hoped that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. Now a 2nd down throw for Cousins. To Jefferson on the slant. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. One last shot now for Cousins. And the Chiefs are going to get it. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
Certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off season.
We got London on the
whole club selling out of hitter doing stadiums. Gold diggers don't come around, they don't survive my radius. I keep it too real for real, and that's that made me rich. That's what made me rich. Hustling, that's what made me rich. Yeah, whole club selling out of hitter